the things that entrepreneurs, and remember that I have a lot of interaction with entrepreneurs, and it's been the thrust of where most of my life has gone since I first started TriNet. Okay, so I have kind of a lot of history on this in a lot of different settings. All right, and when I think about the most important issues in helping entrepreneurs advance in their journey, and we touched on a few of these. Typically, entrepreneurs that are doing startups, and that's what I'm going to confine my remarks to, because our own experience across what we do in Upstate Venture Connect and some of the other things I'm involved with is that in the millennial and Gen Z audience, there is a much greater interest in startups and doing things based on innovation than there is traditional small business. And so I'll be limiting my thoughts to that side of things on the startup side. Now, Diller Center, remember, has a charter that's broader than that. It includes both startups and small businesses. Yep. My remarks will be limited to startups. In startups, the key things that matter are how to raise money. Typically, your entrepreneurs who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs, their first thought is, I can't do this I have no money. How can I get this started? How can I get some money somehow? What are the paths to raise capital is without a doubt a key question. The second thing that all entrepreneurs are faced with is, how do I find customers? All right. And there are a lot of different ways to find customers, but it's a very important thing. And I've already mentioned the third thing becomes, for startups in particular, channels of distribution. It's not just selling directly to a customer, but understanding the importance of having partnerships that can bring a volume of potential customer opportunities forward. It's more important in startups than it is in a traditional small business. Fourth thing that becomes important are, how do I find the right talent? No company is going to be successful just based on, hey, I'm one entrepreneur who's kind of smart, then and I can do it all on my own. That ain't going to happen. You won't be able to do it all on your own. All right. So finding the right people to join whatever the cause is a mission for all entrepreneurs. And if you think about what do these 5 things have in common that I've just mentioned, how to raise money, how to find customers, distribution and team members, 4 things. What do they have in common? It is that right now, when you begin your career, you don't know very many people. And so the challenge becomes, how can I extend my awareness to meet the right people, especially people who have a lot of influence? How do I do that? How do I figure out what are the right paths that I can begin my journey to meet the right people and to cultivate my relationships with the right people who have the potential to be helpful down the road? And so typically the people who are successful and have built something from nothing, typically they will have some insights into, well, how did you get there? How did you meet the people that you needed to meet? Who were the people that were most impactful in your journey? They'll have their own stories, including from the journey from being a college graduate and having no network and no experience to then have progressed to having built something substantial. And anybody that's been through that journey will have had people along the way that contributed to their success.